Once upon a time, in a small town by the Sea of Galilee, there was a great gathering of people who had come from many villages to hear the teachings of Jesus. They had walked long distances, eager to listen to him speak about love, forgiveness, and the kingdom of God. It was late in the afternoon, and the people were growing weary and hungry, for they had nothing to eat. Jesus noticed the crowd's hunger and turned to his disciples, saying, "We must feed them. But where will we find enough food in such a remote place?" The disciples were puzzled. How could they possibly feed so many people with so little? One of the disciples, a boy with a small basket, stepped forward. Inside it, there were 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish. "Here," he said, "this is all I have." Jesus smiled at the boy's offering, and he told his disciples to have the people sit down on the grassy hillside. "Bring the bread and fish to me," Jesus said. The disciples obeyed. Jesus took the loaves and the fish, looked up to heaven, and gave thanks to God. Then he began to break the bread into pieces and divide the fish. As he did this, something miraculous happened. The food began to multiply. Each person in the crowd received as much as they wanted. The people marveled, their hunger satisfied by the abundance that seemed to flow from Jesus' hands. They ate and ate and ate until they were full, yet there was still more than enough left over. When the meal was over, Jesus told his disciples to gather the leftovers. They filled 12 baskets with what was left, more than the small amount they had started with. The people, amazed by the miracle, began to say, "Surely this is the prophet who is to come into the world." They recognized that Jesus had performed a great sign, one that had shown his power and compassion. But Jesus, knowing that they might want to make him king by force, withdrew to a mountain by himself. The miracle of the loaves and fish became a story that spread far and wide, a testament to Jesus' ability to care for the needs of his people in ways beyond human understanding. And the people would remember it as they continued to follow him, seeking his teachings and the miracles that came with them. It was not just the food they needed, but the spiritual nourishment that Jesus offered, a feast of love, grace, and hope